Many believe that creating the life they desire requires difficult rituals, countless visualizations, perfectly crafted affirmations, and relentless effort to boost their vibration. However, what if I told you that manifesting through quantum principles is actually remarkably straightforward? So straightforward that nearly everyone misses doing it properly. Right now, you are immersed in a quantum field, one that is limitless in its possibilities. This field reacts not to your struggle, but to your true alignment. Yet, most people treat manifestation as a battle. They attempt to fight their current reality using sheer willpower. They recite affirmations they do not truly accept, imagine results they secretly doubt, and force themselves into positive thinking while their body remains trapped in fear, lack, and tension. This is where the entire process unravels. In the quantum realm, resistance creates friction. Let us simplify this to something elegantly clear. Quantum manifestation is not about acquiring what you want externally. Instead, it is about bringing into existence the reality where what you desire is already yours. It does not begin with changing the outside world. Rather, it starts with aligning your inner state that beckons that reality to you. The quantum field contains every potential: success and failure, wealth and poverty, love and solitude, health and struggle. All these states exist simultaneously as waves of probability. Yet here lies the crucial piece. The wave only collapses into the version of reality you live. Reality only materializes when it encounters a consistent observer. That observer is you, your concentration, your awareness, your feelings. These are the creators of your reality. Yet many people find themselves stuck in a cycle. They observe through the lens of fear. They dwell on what is missing. They resonate with a frequency of scarcity while trying to attract plenty. In the quantum realm, this is considered interference, not the true message. Society has taught you to pursue what you desire. However, the genuine mastery of manifestation is becoming the version of yourself that no longer feels the need to chase. It is the version that understands, I am already connected to the life I want. The field awaits my signal. My task is not to force things, but to clarify my intentions. Why is this so difficult for most people? Because simplicity can feel too vulnerable. Because releasing control seems unnatural. Because surrendering the pursuit feels like defeat. Yet here is the paradox that few acknowledge. The moment you stop desperately needing what you want, the field can finally provide it. Consider a moment when something arrived, effortlessly. Perhaps you met the ideal person unexpectedly, received an opportunity you were not actively searching for, or had a sudden insight without trying. What ties these moments together? You were not clenching. You were not imposing. You were receptive, aligned, and open. This is manifestation in the quantum sense. Whether or not you are aware, the quantum world does not respond to your words, but to your energy. Imagine saying, I am prosperous 1,000 times over. Yet, if your body continues to emit fear, if your heart remains tight with feelings of lack, and if your nervous system is still hooked on struggle, the universe will reflect that turmoil back to you. This is not due to cruelty, but because the response is exact and precise. Now, here is the profound change. Quantum manifestation truly starts when you shift from focusing on acquiring to focusing on simply existing as that energy. You become the source signal, living the frequency, allowing your state of being to guide you rather than forcing results through effort. This brings up an essential question. What exactly does the quantum realm react to? Is it limited to just thoughts, emotions, beliefs, or actions? How can you ensure these aspects are in harmony so they don't send conflicting vibes? Many popular manifestation teachings fail here because they emphasize only one aspect, typically thoughts or feelings, while ignoring the deeper unity of the entire system. They encourage positive thinking without addressing unresolved trauma held within the body. They promote visualization without removing subconscious barriers that hinder progress. They suggest affirming success while your nervous system is still bracing for defeat. The quantum field is attuned to the complete, integrated, embodied message. Therefore, alignment is not merely a mental exercise. It involves transformation of the entire body, all systems, and the broader energetic field. In the continuation of this exploration, we will delve into how the quantum field functions, why the role of the observer is crucial, and what the concept of wave-particle duality reveals. Collapse truly signifies something deeper, and your subconscious continuously transmits signals even when you are unaware of it. We are about to reveal the sophisticated workings behind what appears to be magical. I will also explain why manifestation is most effective when you stop forcing it so much. Now, here is a question for you to reflect on as we move forward. In which parts of your life are you exerting excessive effort? So much so that you have become the very obstacle you are trying to overcome. Are you prepared to explore the quantum realm more deeply with me? Let us embark on a journey into the enigma you have been unknowingly avoiding. The quantum field does not react to your desires alone. It responds to your harmony. Essentially, quantum manifestation is not just about thoughts, emotions, or actions separately. It involves the alignment of these three elements into a coherent message the field can interpret without any distortion. Imagine the quantum field as a universal interpreter. When your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are synchronized, the signal is clear and stable, allowing the field to respond almost immediately. However, if your mind, heart, and deeds send conflicting messages, the communication becomes mixed. The field reflects confusion instead of clarity. This scenario introduces the observer effect, a fundamental concept in quantum physics. At the quantum scale, particles remain in a state filled with endless possibilities, often referred to as a wave function. When you, as an observer, concentrate on a specific possibility, that wave condenses into a definite occurrence. Reality becomes tangible. Options solidify. The invisible shifts into view. However, here lies the twist. The observer is not only your conscious awareness, it also includes your subconscious mind. This implies that even if you consciously desire abundance, if your subconscious is programmed for survival, lack, or anxiety, the field detects that concealed transmission. Your subconscious takes over as the actual observer, collapsing a path you did not intentionally select. That explains why numerous individuals feel trapped. They are tuning their surface mind, but neglecting the profound patterns operating beneath. In this quantum scenario, the subconscious always takes precedence. Yet, the topic becomes even more intriguing. Researchers such as Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton have demonstrated that the heart generates its own electromagnetic field, far more powerful than the brain's. This heart field expands outward and engages with the broader quantum field surrounding you. When your heart and brain achieve harmony, you emit a potent, unified message. If they fall out of sync, the message weakens and becomes broken. This is why attempts to create change solely through intellectual efforts often fail. Without the emotional element, that visceral sensation of being aligned, the quantum field receives no definite signal to reflect back. This is the crucial mistake most make. They believe they can think their way to transformation, while in reality, they must emotionally align themselves first. You cannot simply demand the field to deliver what you desire. Instead, you need to align yourself vibrationally with it. This involves harmonizing your body, breath, nervous system, beliefs, and everyday actions into a seamless flow. This is not a single event or ritual. It is an ongoing way of living. Let's consider a practical example. Suppose you aim to attract love into your life. You might use affirmations, create vision boards, or imagine your perfect partner. However, if deep inside you carry feelings of unworthiness, if your nervous system is on guard against rejection, and if your heart is closed and fearful to open, the quantum field senses this inner conflict. It detects the inconsistency and responds with more yearning, more searching, and connections that nearly happen, but never fully manifest. This does not mean the universe is punishing you. It simply reflects your prevailing frequency perfectly. So how do you make the shift? The change comes from moving into coherence, feeling complete in the present moment, and practicing the emotions of your desired outcome before it actually appears. You embody the state of already having what you want. By doing so, the field can bring that future timeline into reality. You become the vibration first, and the physical form follows naturally. This may seem complex, but here is the simple and profound truth. The more you release the need to control the result and instead work on steadying your internal state, the quicker the quantum field will respond. This is why the title of this video claims it is simple, yet few people truly embrace it. The human mind tends to overcomplicate. We often seek 10 steps, 5 methods, or detailed formulas. Tricks and guaranteed formulas do not apply here. However, the quantum is not some kind of machine. It acts more like a mirror, a dance companion that is vibrant, reactive, and intelligent. It awaits you to engage it with a grounded and fully present awareness. Now, I want to invite you into this practice. Take a deep breath at this moment. Tune into how your body feels as you listen closely. Observe where tension lingers. Notice the narratives playing silently in your mind. For a brief moment, ease up. Release the urge to fix, push, or figure everything out. Allow those urges to fade away. Sense what it means to be completely okay, right here and now, without demanding any changes. This is where your true strength originates. Before we continue, I would love to offer you something that helps solidify this transformation. If you feel a flicker of understanding, or if something inside you starts shining, press that subscribe button. Become part of this space, this ongoing dialogue, this community. Then, in the comments, share a single word that represents the energy you want to carry throughout the week. It might be trust, calmness, happiness, or whatever word immediately comes to your mind. That word is your signal. Express it, claim it, make it authentic. Because as soon as you say it out loud, you begin to align with it. Are you prepared to dive into the reason why so few people talk about this aspect of manifestation? The aspect so straightforward that it almost seems unfair. Shall we move forward to the next layer? So why is it that nearly no one actually practices this? Despite all the books, courses, and countless YouTube videos about manifestation exist. Yet many people remain stuck, frustrated, and let down. The explanation is straightforward, but uncomfortable because releasing control feels unnatural. The human mind craves control deeply. Society has conditioned us to believe that the more effort we put in, the more we deserve. That struggle defines our value, and that harder work leads to greater success. So, when we encounter a method like quantum manifestation, where the core principles are coherence, alignment, and surrender, it disrupts our conditioning. We keep trying to push outcomes to happen. Yet, forcing is precisely the energy that signals to the universe we do not trust the process. Let me explain. Most individuals who struggle to manifest fall into what I call the control trap. They constantly track their progress. They imagine abundance, but nervously check their bank balance every hour. They focus on love but obsess over messages and dating apps. They claim to want health, yet scan their bodies for symptoms each morning. This behavior broadcasts distrust to the universe. While they consciously declare positive affirmations, their subconscious messaging contradicts them. Why does this matter so deeply? Because the quantum universe does not understand English, Spanish, Portuguese, or any spoken human language. It communicates solely through energy, and energy never deceives. You might say all the correct words, but if your energy does not match, the message is lost. Your nervous system is preparing for loss. When your mind gets caught in repetitive cycles of doubt and your body is overwhelmed by cortisol, your energetic field responds to that deeper vibration. This explains why so many people feel drained. They engage in numerous activities, yet they operate from a state of heightened alertness, scarcity, and lack. Consequently, they remain stuck, attracting more waiting, more shortage, more struggle, and more searching, because energetically they exist within the timeline of trying rather than already having. Now, it becomes even more intricate. The subconscious mind governs approximately 95% of your life. It acts as an autopilot, shaping your behaviors, beliefs, emotional patterns, and self-image. You might consciously desire transformation. However, if your subconscious holds on to outdated narratives such as, "I am not enough," nothing ever works for me, or I must fight for everything. Those beliefs will pull your reality back to the same familiar results. This is why affirmations without genuine internal acceptance feel empty. Why visualization without calming and regulating the nervous system falls apart. And why effort without a true sense of aligned identity inevitably leads to exhaustion. So what is the solution? First, recognize that quantum manifestation is not something extra you add to your routine. It is a complete reset of your entire system. It involves remembering, returning to, and embodying the version of yourself who already exists within the time frame you desire. Even before you notice any signs of this reality in your outer world. For instance, if your goal is to bring abundance into your life, you begin by embracing the feeling of being abundant immediately, not at some future point or when the money finally appears, but in this very moment. You show yourself kindness, attentiveness, and generosity. You release the need to control every detail of how things will turn out, and instead concentrate on embodying a deep sense of trust. If love is what you desire, the practice starts with loving yourself now. You open your heart wide, soften your emotions, and transform into the kind of person you hope to be in a relationship with. You stop searching for approval and live as though you are already whole and sufficient because you truly are. If your wish is to improve your health, you shift away from compulsively checking your body for flaws. Instead, you focus on nurturing what already works well. This involves moving from a mindset of merely surviving into one of resilience. You cultivate gratitude for your body as it is, while guiding it gently toward better vitality. Here lies a fascinating twist. When you let go of the desperate need for something, it tends to appear much sooner. This happens not because some cosmic force tests you or plays tricks, but because you are no longer opposing the natural flow. Now, I want to ask you this. Have you noticed where in your life you still cling tightly to control with nervous tension? Where are you still constantly measuring, pushing, forcing, or chasing results? Imagine what might change if you eased your grip even by a small amount. Take a moment to reflect on that idea. This is not about giving up or becoming passive. Rather, it is about shifting from rigid control to collaboration with the universe. This subtle yet profound change is the true starting point where quantum manifestation begins to work its magic. In the upcoming section, we will explore a straightforward but essential component of this process. There are uncommon methods that can assist you in realigning your system, managing your state, and becoming the clearest signal possible to the quantum field. We will examine how to release resistance without ignoring your true feelings. We will also discuss how to develop trust with your subconscious mind and how to move into your desired timeline as if it already belongs to you. Before continuing, I offer you this question to ponder. Where in your life are you holding on so tightly that you have become the very obstacle you wish to eliminate? Now, we find ourselves on the threshold of one of the most profound truths in quantum manifestation. It is the aspect that few ever mention, yet it lies openly visible. Here it is. You do not manifest what you want. Instead, you manifest who you are. This is not merely an appealing concept, but a core law that governs how the quantum field interacts with you. The field does not react to your spoken words, your vision boards, or your perfectly curated affirmations. Rather, it responds to the energy of your being, the unique vibrational pattern you bring into every situation, thought, and connection. This vibrational signal is created incrementally, not through your actions, but through the essence of how you exist. To clarify, picture yourself as a radio receiver. If your desire is to experience jazz, it is pointless to demand jazz from the universe while staying tuned to a station playing heavy metal. You must adjust the frequency. You need to align your vibration to match the signal you want to receive. What you desire to attract operates on the principles of quantum manifestation. It is impossible to draw in the future you want while remaining tuned to the energy of the past you wish to leave behind. So how does one adjust this frequency? It begins with becoming aware of your present vibration, not only the thoughts occupying your mind, but also the sensations within your body. How do you carry yourself throughout the day? What changes occur in your breath when stress arises? Which narratives continuously replay in your mind's background? Most people manifest unconsciously. They replay familiar emotional states, habitual reactions, and consistent energetic signals. The universe reflects these signals back faithfully. Transformation starts the moment you break this cycle, and it does not require force or frantic attempts. Simple mindful practices are enough. This could be as delicate as taking a purposeful breath during a moment of anxiety, as comforting as resting a hand over your heart when self-doubt creeps in, or as courageous as asking yourself, what would the version of me who already achieved this do at this moment? Then follow up by taking a small step from this perspective. Here is an important truth. The quantum field does not demand perfection. What it requires is coherence. Coherence means your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors align harmoniously. It is when you stop expressing one thing, feeling another, and acting in a completely different way. It is when your entire being resonates with a focused and unified energy. When you arrive at that state, even for a moment, you generate a kind of magnetic force within the energetic field. Reality starts to shift in your favor. But to be practical, if you wish to embody abundance, cultivate generosity not only through money, but also through your attention, time, and energy. Condition your nervous system to experience the feeling of having enough, even when your bank balance has not yet reflected it. If you desire to embody love, engage in vulnerability. Open your heart with small, brave gestures. Become the safe haven you seek in others. If your goal is to embody health, practice mindfulness. Tune in to your body's needs by nourishing it, moving it, and resting it with respect rather than punishment. This is a straightforward path. Yet few follow it because it demands that you lead with being before the proof appears. Embodying the frequency first rather than fixating on what you lack. This leads us to one of the most misunderstood elements in the manifestation journey: emotional regulation. Many think manifestation means feeling good all the time, but actually, it is about embracing your full emotional spectrum and realigning yourself whenever you feel off balance. This involves accepting your emotions instead of avoiding them. It means creating space for fear without letting it take control. It means developing emotional literacy so you can ride through challenges without being overwhelmed. Here is the honest truth. You will falter. You will question yourself. There will be moments when the past timeline tugs at you strongly. That is completely normal. True strength does not lie in never stumbling. It lies in how you rise again. So right now, I invite you to pause. Take a deep breath and become aware of your current state. Ask yourself sincerely, which timeline am I connected to at this very moment? Is it one filled with fear or one rooted in trust? Does it reflect scarcity or abundance? Am I waiting or have I already arrived? Do not judge yourself, simply observe. Because as soon as awareness arises, it opens a doorway to making a choice. Choice is the key to aligning your inner coherence. In the upcoming section, we will bring everything together. We will learn how to transform these realizations into daily habits, how to handle obstacles with dignity, and how to maintain the energy that turns your ideal timeline into reality. But before we proceed, I want to express gratitude for accompanying me on this journey so far. If you feel inspired, acknowledged, or notice a shift stirring within, please subscribe. Become part of this community, this dialogue. In the comments below, share one word that captures your current intention. Perhaps it is allow, expand, or flow. Whatever it may be, that word serves as your beacon to the universe. Here we stand at the final piece of the puzzle. Listen closely. Manifestation is not a single event. It is a continuous practice. It is not a skill you perfect once and for all, but a way of living. Moment by moment, choice by choice. Many individuals fall into the trap of believing that manifestation requires doing more, breaking the system, or perfecting some secret formula. However, the truth is the most effective manifestors are not those who accumulate the most techniques. They are the ones who have mastered maintaining a consistent state. and guiding themselves back into harmony when life inevitably disrupts their flow. Because the reality is this: you will encounter challenges that push your limits. There will be days when anxiety sneaks back in and familiar old habits start whispering doubts, when the path you want to follow seems to drag you backwards. In those moments, the temptation to seize control, to force things, and to micromanage will arise. Yet true mastery lies here. Can you remain tuned to the frequency of trust even without having proof yet? Can you keep the vibration of "it is already done" alive while everything appears unchanged? Can you root yourself so deeply in the new version of reality that the old one loses its pull? This is when fully embodying your power becomes essential. Now, let us turn this into something practical. Each morning, before even reaching for your phone, pause with a few deep breaths and ask yourself, which frequency am I tuning into today? Scarcity or abundance? Fear or trust? Control or letting go? Throughout your day, let your body serve as your navigation tool. Your body will signal when you drift out of alignment with feelings of tension, tightness, or constriction. In those moments, resist the urge to criticize or spiral out of control. You simply need to observe, take a deep breath, and adjust your mindset. Ask yourself, what choice would the version of me existing in my ideal timeline make at this moment? Then take one small step based on that perspective. When night falls and you are about to fall asleep, review your day not with criticism, but with genuine curiosity. Consider where you faltered, where you found alignment, and where you caught a glimpse of your own strength. Expressing gratitude enhances harmony within yourself. Celebrate even the tiniest victories. Here is something that many tend to overlook. Connection with others is vital. We are social and energetic beings who regulate our states by interacting with those around us. When you place yourself among individuals who are cultivating harmony, who are exploring the quantum realm, and who are dedicated to fully embodying their true selves, your own system starts to resonate with that frequency. That is why it is crucial to carefully choose your surroundings, not only physically, but also energetically. Seek out those voices, places, and groups that reflect the person you are becoming. Fill your environment with constant reminders of the timeline you want to live in. Allow your outward world to support your inner growth. Keep in mind that there is no final destination. The goal is not to arrive somewhere and stop moving. Rather, it is to exist within an ever-evolving process, becoming the forefront of your personal transformation. You do not merely bring things into existence. You evolve into someone who lives as a creator, a co-creator, a mindful participant shaping reality. This is the most wonderful truth. The quantum realm is not separate from you. It is not something you control from afar. It is something you are deeply connected with. You embody the field. You are the wave. You hold the roles of both the observer and the observed. So, as you adjust your frequency, you are not merely inviting life to align with you. You are transforming into the version of life you have been seeking. I want to leave you with this challenge. In the comments, share one word that reflects the energy you want to carry forward after watching this video. It could be alignment, or perhaps ease, maybe power, or something that is distinctly your own. Let this word serve as a simple yet powerful statement. A quantum seed you plant not only here, but within yourself. If this video has awakened something inside you, if you sensed a shift, a remembrance, or a spark, I warmly encourage you to subscribe. This is more than a channel. It is a vibrant space, a meeting place for those eager to step into their creative strength. When you subscribe, you do not just add your name to a list. You become part of a movement of minds and souls reshaping what is possible. Thank you for joining me on this path. I appreciate your presence, your focus, and your energy. You are not simply a viewer. You are an active participant in this evolution. Keep adjusting, keep harmonizing, keep engaging with the field.